all right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Klauser. This is episode 249 of this great and wonderful podcast that I do. That so many people don't like that I do, and it's hilarious. It's so funny that it doesn't, and that's where my delusion comes from, is the fact I just don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit if people like that I do it, people like that I do it. I do not care, because the reason why I do it is so I'm good at technology, so I can practice working on technology stuff. I've shot this with so many different fucking cameras, different microphones, different audio equipment. It's whatever. But what's fun is being able to play with this stuff. And it's like, whenever I hear someone say like, "Oh, you should, like you don't get any views, you should just quit doing it." It's like, that sounds like someone who gives up after not being good at something twice. Oh, I only hit the ball 10 yards 2 times. I'm done. It's like, what a cunt kind of attitude. What a little pussy attitude to have. And I just ruined the algorithm already. Anyway, but I hope you're doing well, doing swell. It's December. We're entering we got what, 3 weeks until Christmas, right? Until Christmas, is that what it is? So it'll be 2 weeks on Thursday. No, on Wednesday. Isn't that wild? Wild stuff, right? Jeez, another year's done. Oh, craziness has happened. A bunch of craziness. That guy got assassinated. The CEO got assassinated. The tuah girl stole a bunch of money from people. Wild. Just, the Jets fans are celebrating when they get the field goal blocked, because they want to get a higher draft pick. It's just a bunch of different stuff's going on in the world, and we just have to keep on going. You have to just keep on going. But like I said, we're doing well. I'm doing great. I had a breakthrough. I feel like I had a breakthrough with my golf. Every week we talk about golf, guys. This is part of the fucking podcast. Get used to it. So, I think I wasn't standing back far enough for my drive. So, and that's the funny thing. Maybe it was just the fact that I remember when I first started doing golf, and I was kind of getting tips from people, and they're like, hey, like when I first started doing golf, like I wasn't able to hit the ball. I wasn't able to get any lift for like a couple years. That's what someone told me once, and I'm like, what? I mean, that makes no sense, because like I would go to the driving range and I would just whack the shit out of it, whack, 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 and I was like, I'm not understanding what the problem is. And then I started playing on the course. This past summer was my first summer playing on the course, and woof, most of the time, like when I first started playing on the course, it would go, and then it would shank to the right every time. So I'd get a bunch of air, and it would just fly to the left. It would just fly to the right. And then eventually what happened was that I was able to get it straight, but it was just straight, and it just bobbled about 150 to 180 yards. So there was that. It was like, I'm like, damn it. And then my wedge game was awful. My short game, my putt game was awful. But now my putting, I can see the line so easy now. And my short game's good. It's just now, yesterday, I was starting to get some lift. Now it's starting to go, instead of this straight and then it's going this and then dramatically cutting to the right, which is way better. Most people would have been upset. I wasn't upset, because I was just happy that I was I was launching the shit out of it. And that's mostly just because I think I changed my workout pattern. So my workouts have become basically dedicated to making my golf swing better, into strengthening my lower back, into just being able to do a full understanding of like a full body motion, because it's basically what golf is. You're using your full body to swing through. And so when I work out now, and mostly because I was just so fucking bored, because when you've worked out since you're 14 years old, like consistently, like you get fucking tired of it, and you just get, it's repetition. So like that's the reason why like I bring golf into my life now, and I prefer to go do golf than I prefer to go work out, because it's just something new. It's just my brain's stimulated in a completely different way. And I'm not gonna do any like Zumba or any of that horse shit, because I think a lot of it is just snake oil to steal from people. A lot like how I get super upset, so upset when I see people faking and like doing like editing their body. It's totally cool if you want to do it. Just you have to talk about it. Don't sell product. Don't scream that you do this natural lifestyle, and yet you're taking steroids and you're editing your photos, because you're making a false sense of reality. And the thing is, like, the internet's fake as it is. Like, you can't make it fake. It can't be a fake photo of you, because you are then going to sell your like online training and all that shit, and like you're just stealing because no one's ever going to get this physique, because even you don't even have that physique that you say that you can get people to. So I'm just like, just don't fucking do that shit. And so I just am doing golf. So when I work out, it's like upper body. So Monday is a leg day, Tuesday is an upper body day, Wednesday is a lower body day, Thursday is an upper body day, Friday is a lower body day. And so then what I would do is I would kind of like mostly focus more on glutes on Monday, focus on my hamstrings and my quads, and then on like Friday I would work mostly on plyometrics or like kettlebell kind of work, kind of squatting and doing those kind of things, like leg related wise. And then Tuesday would be chest, and Wednesday or Thursday would be back and arms or something like that. Or it would be, and then whenever I do, so if I do legs, I always do one upper body movement that day as well. So then I'll just go and I'll just bench, do a full bench session. Good catch. I do a full bench session on my leg day as well, just because I think it's important. Because one, it helps with flexibility and flexible mobility, because the biggest thing is not to rest, especially like after you like have surgery. The first thing they have you do is they start having you move, because the worst thing to happen is to get everything settled and like let the blood not get flowing, because you want to keep blood flowing to the injury or the part that was worked on. So that's the whole thing. If I'm working on my chest and I did my legs the next day, or I did my legs the day before, I want to do at least some sort of like leg extension or like some sort of squat, even if it's light, even if it's only if you put 10 pounds on each side and you do a free weight squat and you just do a bar squat. Like I don't do, honestly, for squatting, I don't do anything more than 25 pounds on each side. I just don't think you need to try to do 15 sets of 10 squats of 25 pounds of 50 pounds. Try to do 20 sets of that 10 times in one day, and that's your leg workout. That's a leg workout for like, that's your break from doing an upper body workout. Try to do that and see if you can do that. Some people are like, well, this doesn't seem like it's not. It's not that much weight, but it's the fact that you're doing it that many times, and that's things like you're building up a cardio as well as you're getting fast twitch motions, which is, I think, in everyday life is a lot more useful than having the ability to squat 500 pounds or like, because you see these people they go and like, yeah, they can deadlift 500 pounds, but you see them wear a belt, you see them put ropes around their hands, you see them like, put chalk on their hands, do all these things, which is fine. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, because you should probably do those. You should do those things. Whenever I was lifting super, super heavy, I did that too. But what I'm saying is that how is that beneficial to you if you just work at a warehouse job? So if you work a warehouse job, if you can do 20 sets 10 times, 20 sets 10 times of just 50 pounds squatting, if you can do that, you will be your cardio and your endurance will be so high, because then you'll be able to use your legs, lift up instead of using your back. Use your legs, just grab that box, lift it up, and put it and pick it up, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, because you do, and like you could do that for 8 hours because you have built your body up to have those fast twitch fibers, which is, I think, way more important, way more useful in your life than being able to deadlift 500 pounds, and then you're blown out for 3 days. If you really think about it, it's not really logical, because what if we were nomadic people? You just blow your body out, now you can't go hunt. Now you're like sore, and you can barely walk. How are you going to be able to fucking kill something to eat, you douche? But that's all hypothetical. That is what it is. But this is my personal, my personal trainer, my PT, I don't even have one of those. But yeah, chicken and rice, do that, you're good. But yeah, so I think what we've been doing this podcast for about like 11 and a half minutes. We should probably do video of the week, don't you think? All right, here we go.
Hello, today we're going to do the top 10 plastic chairs enthusiasts would die to own. Number 10, the U.S. Leisure Big and Tall. Number 9, this resin chair. It's a one-piece plastic chair, but it kind of looks like a sling chair. There you can see the leg design. Number 8, this chair made by Rubbermaid. Number 7, the Lawnwear Fan Back. 6, the Growflex Miami Bistro. Number 5, this low back chair made by Italian company Capaiza. Number 4, the Lawnwear Cafe Vienna. Number 3, this oversized chair made by Syrico. Number 2, this chair made by Sun Terrace. And number 1, the first and best plastic chair ever made, the Growflex Molega chair. There's the rest of my collection in the background. I have 275 chairs. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this countdown of the top 10 plastic chairs enthusiasts would die to own.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
This is like one of the cool things about my Instagram algorithm, is that it shows me things like that. Most of the time, it's a lot of, it's a weird thing. I've been getting a lot of breastfeeding videos, which is weird because it's like a whole loophole that these girls have found to show their boobs on Instagram. They'll just have these fake babies, and then they'll just like wear this shirt that just they untie, and then their boobs just come out, and then they just put a fake baby to their boob, and then they have their other boob just hanging there. And it's because they can't get flagged for it, because technically breastfeeding falls under the category of like documentary filmmaking, and documentary filmmaking can't get taken down. Like, that's the reason why you see these violent videos of animals getting killed and eaten, and the worst thing they can do, or the best that these apps can do, is warn you, hey, this video is really graphic, because it's documentary. It's learning, it's knowledge. So whenever it's anything based around learning knowledge or any schooling or anything like that, then it can't be taken down. It can't be censored. It can be censored in the sense of, like, if it's in a school, they can censor the tits or the nipples and stuff like that, but they can't not show you. Like, technically, they can show it. They're allowed to show it to you, and it's not considered pornographic or considered anything like that, because it falls under educational knowledge thing. It's weird. So it's one of those weird loopholes. But yeah, I get a lot of that. I get a bunch of people eating weird shit, that's not that big of a deal. A lot of religious stuff, like a lot of Mormon, Judaism, Christianity. Just like, it's not even like, like preaching about it. It's more of like people talking about like the weirdness of like them being in a cult, or someone who used to be like an Orthodox Jew, or someone who's an Orthodox Jew, and it's so funny. I think it blows people's mind. Like Orthodox Jews, they have like this wire that goes around their city, and they're every Friday, their the rabbi in the area goes around and checks to make sure the cord is fine. So, because if you're within that area, then you're technically within a holy area, and then you on Sabbath, then you can technically use objects like technologies and stuff. You're really technically not supposed to, because it's supposed to be free. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be open. You're supposed to not have any of those worries, those thoughts. I get it. It's kind of a cool concept. It's a cool concept, and that idea of like you just are supposed to like break away from everything and either pray or not think. It's either one of the two. You got two options here. It's a very interesting idea. It's a very interesting idea, concept, or whatever you want to look at it. But yeah. So what are we? Where are we? We should probably. God, I am just a chatty Cathy on this episode, aren't I? So we should probably do Craigslist misconnections, shouldn't we? So if you're not familiar with Craigslist, what it is a website where you can like go there, you can find roommates, you can find a couch, you can, find a car, you can do all these crazy things. But there's also this place, there's like a subpart. It's like a lot like Reddit. If you know, like Reddit has sub areas where people go and communities are birthed and cultivated. Well, there is this one. It's called Misconnections, where people go, where they talk about how they were at the gas station and they may have like someone came up to and asked them, "Hey, can you jumpstart my car?" It's like, I thought you were really pretty, but I was too nervous to ask for your phone number. Wish I could. If you see this, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the greatest of thing, but it is a fun thing to listen to. And lately, what we've been doing is we've been doing the best of, and as much fun as that was, they tend to be a lot wordy. So we're going back to just kind of the. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I think the best of. This might be a best of because this one's kind of long. But anyway, here we go. Here's the first one. Okay. Haunted Thai puppet. My wife and I recently went to Thailand and found this puppet in a night market outside of Bangkok. It was the only item not inside the actual stall the vendor had. We inquired about it, and they immediately offered it to us at less than half the listed price. As we happily purchased it since then, a series of events have unfolded that we at first thought was just bad luck, but they have been accelerating. They include getting trapped in an elevator, okay, plants we both near the puppy dying, plants we place near the puppet dying. Okay, near the puppet dying. I'm so dumb. And recently our house has become infested with hornets, centered around the area we keep the puppet. Well, we consolidate a psychic, and at the first mention of the puppet, they shivered and said it's evil. So now it's time for the puppet journey to continue, preferably far away from us. The psychic said a translation can take a place to make sure us basically any offer, and you can have the little bundle of ill will and evil intentions. A lovely crafted Thai Annabelle, please take this puppet. See, the thing is, they're just so fucking long. They're so fucking long. My God, it's just not. It's like, okay, because what makes these fun is little snippets, people's like dumb ignorance, not just a long period of ignorance. But when I was reading these first, they were hilarious. Okay, I think that was only the first. That was the only long one. After this, they got really. I remember they get kind of short after this. Okay, I think. Free Volvo. Is that not a woman? Free Volvo 240 DL no key. I have a 1984 Volvo 240 DL, I'm assuming diesel, that KT Toddler lost, that KT Toddler lost the key to. We have a title. It runs rough when parked. It's free if you can come and get it. All right. Okay, next one. Oh, this was a good one. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember I read this one, and I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Will you split a Costco pie with me? I really want to try the Costco peanut butter chocolate pie, but it's 4.5 pounds. It's a lot of fucking pie. That's a lot of pie. I heard it's very dense. I can't eat it by myself, so I'm looking for 3 to 4 people to meet me in the parking lot of Costco and split it with me. We will have to be fast since it's 118 degrees outside. I'll buy the pie, but you must provide your own plate and fork. It's just you just get this big hunk of junk. It's like, what the hell? I woke up with a sore throat yesterday, but then I golfed and it wasn't sore. And now it's starting to like get a little raspy. Okay, so this is a weird one. Okay, this is Toad Hunt tonight. Toad Hunt tonight, 100 award. Craigslist, I need your help. TIFL, Toad I like to find, is missing from 300 block of Resident Boulevard. Hopped the fence sometime after 11 p.m. last night. Description: big toad with beautiful eyes. Escaped from garden near intersection of MLB Boulevard and Emmett Boulevard. Are you in the mood for safari? I expect the toad to be on the move again this evening after 8 p.m. $100 cash reward to anyone who can find Tiff. God. Text or call number to report toad's sighting. Not a joke. Please do not flag. Toad won't make it in the real world. Wild. Okay, so I guess we should do videos a week. I guess this kind of works out good because we have kind of a little bit more videos this week than we normally do. So, all right. Here is the first video.
I always get excited to see them because every placenta is different. Oh my gosh. Her cord is so long. I love that. This is so cool. Okay, so this is amazing. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell by this, but her placenta is really like so small this way, but it's really thick. Really thick. I love it. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I like them.
Yeah, that's another thing. This is also another thing I get. I get a lot of placenta. People like who have placentas and then like cook them up and eat them. Or I don't know what they are. I don't know who these people are. I don't know if there's just a group of people who are able to get placentas from births after. I'm just so wild. Like, why do you want to touch? Why do you want to interact with one? Like, why do you want this to be in your life? Apparently, you get a lot of iron from them. There's a lot of health benefits, apparently. But you know what? It's just sometimes it's a lot of things you're just meant to not be. You just let them go. All right. Wild. Now, this is a real wild video. All right. This is another video. This is another category I run into a lot. What's so fucked up is if I didn't work out, I feel like this is what I would look like. My curls wouldn't be so tight. Like, that's the one thing about him that I'm incredibly jealous. Like, how do you get your curls to be so curly? Because this guy and I look quite alike. We look like we could be siblings. If you're like, oh, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck's that guy? I'm like, oh, that's my cousin. That's your cousin? It's like, yeah, like, that's my brother. That's my brother. He's like a shade and a half darker than I am. That's it. That's the only thing that separates us two from being any different from each other. It's gross. All right, so here's the next one. Another Hispanic person. Latina.
Like fucking Mufasa and shit right now because of my fucking bellies and shit, but that's not even the point, fool. There's times, fool, where I'm just posted and I'm just like, like, fool, I'm smart, fool.
Yeah.
You know? I know that I'm smarter than shit. Like, I'm gonna get a bachelor's and shit one day.
Hey.
But, fool, there's just certain things that I'm like, like, what do you do that? How do you do that? Word, like, I need a little bit of assistance and shit, you know? But don't get the game fucked up, fool. Like,
This is such a Mexicana thing to do. Like, only Mexican women do this shit. Only Mexicana women, they talk like this. That and Puerto Ricanas. Puerto Ricanas. See, like my hard R. It's just, like, it's just, I get it, but it's so much fun. That's the one thing. That's the fun thing. Maybe that's the fun thing about American culture. How we say fuck all the time. Fuck this, fuck that. Like this fucking. You know, we were just driving and like there's this fucking deer, bro, and it came across the street. Or it's like, you know, man, I didn't fucking get any sleep last night. You know, because the dogs were just like barking and stuff. Like fuck, like like. It's like, so it's like but Mexicanas and Puerto Ricanas, both of these ladies, I'm sure my Spanish sounds like probably sounds like a garbage disposal trying to come back to life because it got clogged. But they're the only ones that do that, like with every other word. Like, you know, like you don't understand, and like I'm like super smart and stuff. Like, I can't even do it because it doesn't make any sense to put to roll an R, to put a random R in between make. Like like, you know, I like to make, you know, stuff. It's like I can't even do it because it's so fucking hard. It's so difficult. All right, here's the next video. This is just more of a visual video. No one's ever done that, and I feel like people who do this kind of shit, it's simply just got to be for attention. It has to be, because it's so fucking gross to do that. And it's got to be so unsanitary. It can't be clean in there, because plastic sacks sitting there, and like, I'm not saying all plastic sacks are super dirty, but they're not the cleanest. You know what I mean? All right. Next one. We missed one. Okay, so technically this one would be 4, and then this one's going to be 5. All right, hopefully this one doesn't get tagged for copyright music. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's always this kind of white guy. You know, the Monster energy drink white guy. Then, because they're the ones that have the boat that costs more than the house. They're that guy. Yeah, they're the ones that, like, granted, the one that has it, and the example I have for this is not the best, but so they're the ones that have like that pontoon boat, but then they have all the camouflage hanging off of it because it's during duck season. Yeah. But there is one that's like that close to my house, but it's a huge house, and I clearly can tell that this person has a lot of money, but it's a farmer or country farmer. I think they're a farmer because they have a bunch of farmland behind their house. So, but it is what it is. So I think, yeah. Well, I guess that's it. We are done. We're about the end of this podcast, guys. Almost 30 minutes in. If you've gotten this far, thank you guys for watching. I had 3 more videos, but we're not going to get to them. I'll show them to you guys next week, okay? I'll show you 2 next week, so I don't want to show you too much. But I want to say thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far. Thank you. And for all the people who don't like this, fuck you. Bye.